we all got goals, we all got hopes, we all got dreams. So that's why I'm going to do book club. And today we're going to be starting with the 7 spiritual laws of success. Because if you don't like to read or you just don't have time, but you know that there's knowledge out there that you want to add to your life to be able to do more for yourself, we're going to get in our book bag. We got a little book club going on. Shout out the minorities. I like book bag. What do you guys think? But it's all going to be about just going over some things that I'm reading, some things I'm learning. And we're going to start it with success in life could be defined as the continued expansion of happiness and the progressive realization of worthy goals. I think spirituality gets lost in translation. I do think that there are more ethereal, more divine things going on, but I firmly believe it's all about being able to bring that down to earth. That's why in my YouTube banner, I say bringing the heavens down to earth, because in the process of my spiritual awakening, I got lost in the sauce for a bit. But life is all about the expansion of happiness, and it's about the progressive realization of worthy goals. It's about the fact that we only have so much time here, and we need to do something with it. And he says in order to do that, this is by Deepak Chopra, by the way. I'm in San Diego. He got a realization fellowship out here. We need a more spiritual approach to success and to affluence, which is the abundant flow of all good things to you. With the knowledge and practice of spiritual law, we can put ourselves in harmony with nature and create with carefreeness, joy, and love. So what I'm taking away from that is the fact that we go through life getting programmed by school, by our parents' beliefs, by social media, by this, by that, and that actually disconnects us from life. That disconnects us from the harmony and the joy and the abundance and the bliss that is life itself. So spirituality is actually all about reconnecting to the place we came from. I want to get back to that childish nature I had, where I go outside and play sports and have fun, and I'm not worried about jobs, I'm not worried about income, I'm not worried about girls. I'm just having the time of my life, and that's why I'm starting this channel, because I want to challenge myself to grow. And if you want to learn, if you want to grow, you don't want to stick in place, stick around, because we're going to be doing book bags, we're going to be doing podcasts, we're just going to be chatting, because I feel like the only way you learn in life is to have raw talks, to learn from others' experience, and to just connect, man. Success is a journey, not a destination. But success also includes good health, energy, enthusiasm for life, fulfilling relationships, creative freedom, emotional and psychological stability, a sense of well-being, and peace of mind. Even with the experience of all these things, we will remain unfulfilled unless we nurture the seeds of divinity within us. The gods and goddesses and embryo that are contained within us seek to be fully materialized. True success is therefore the experience of the miraculous. Isn't that fun? It is the unfolding of the divinity within us. It is the perception of divinity wherever we go and whatever we perceive. So, like I said, I think spirituality gets a little lost in that woo-woo kind of, oh my God stuff. That's for him to figure out. That's for the powers beyond us to figure out. We're just here to play the game of reality with the cards we've been dealt. And my goal for you, as you unlock these tools of manifestation, as you start to rise into your power and do more with your life, you come back to these core principles things, because if you're chasing a Ferrari, if you're chasing a job, if you're chasing an income, if you're chasing some sense of power, let that shit go, just for the sake of your soul and for the sake of your experience here, because what it's all about is those fulfilling relationships, the good health, the freedom to create, the ability to just be stress-free and abundant and just feel the energy rise and not be bound to this physical world. As we go through this, anything and everything that we can perceive through our senses is the transformation of the unmanifest, the unknown, and the invisible into the manifest, the known and visible. In my long form videos, you're going to kind of get me like breaking down the whole duality, the dualistic nature of things, how everything starts in the mind and comes into the physical world. This is the first law of the Kabbalah. This is the law of mentalism, the principle of mentalism. The physical universe is nothing other than the self curving back within itself to experience itself as spirit, mind, and physical matter. The reason you gotta go all the way down to hell experiencing too much pleasure, experiencing suffering, experiencing loss, to just be awakened, to get taken to the other side of the spectrum, which is, oh my God, God conscious, divinity, is so you can come back to this present moment, to stop the pendulum swing right here, right now, comfortable where you are, in the presence. But just know that the physical universe, the external reality we experience, is a manifestation of the internal one. So the thoughts, emotions, behaviors, actions, the beliefs, the values, everything we have about ourselves is reflected in the external world. Because I can walk past a homeless person on the streets of downtown San Diego and I can judge them. Or I can realize that that judgment is literally just a mirror of my insecurity. Because if I were homeless on the street, I would want some empathy from someone, from a stranger. I want to be seen as a human. And that's something I want to do more of. So as I do podcasts, as I do talking, as I do this, I do that, I'm going to take all the funds from my business, all the abundance. I'm going to do feats of human physicality for charity. I'm going to go do stuff on the streets, give back. I used to have a brand called Better Days. It was all about mental health. You may have seen it. So maybe that'll even make a comeback if we, I don't know, blow up on YouTube. Start to cultivate a movement of people that are tired of this world telling them they can't be something they're not, that are tired of just sitting around and scrolling and watching life fly by, watching war, watching politics, watching this, watching that. That's not what this is about. What it's about is our ability to become who we were destined to be, to cultivate relationships, to impact others, to learn, to grow. The physical laws of the universe are actually this whole process of divinity in motion, or consciousness in motion. Anything we want can be created because the same laws that nature uses to create a forest or a galaxy or a star or a human body can also bring about the fulfillment of our deepest desires. He transitions into something called the law of pure potentiality. Pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. These are things I'm breaking down in the longer form videos. We align with the power that manifests everything in the universe. This is why Dispenza talks about meditation, because meditation is our ability to become still, to shut off the mind, to find peace in the present moment, to have no need to change that present moment. And when you're in that silence of the present moment, you find the stillness of pure potentiality. And from that stillness, we can plant seeds to manifest. We can throw a rock in the still water and watch those ripples create the reality we want. But you will not be able to do that if you are impacted by the muddiness of waters. Because if you're throwing in all these thoughts, all these judgments, all this, all that, the water's going to be muddied and there's going to be no clarity for you to actually work off the foundations you're at. Pure potentiality is our essential state, pure consciousness, the field of all possibilities and infinite creativity, our spiritual essence, infinite and unbounded. It is also pure joy, pure knowledge, infinite silence, perfect balance, invisibility, simplicity, and bliss. Now, before we close this out, I want to finish with one of the most important things I've taken from reading this book so far. When you discover your essential nature and know who you really are, in that knowing itself is the ability to fulfill any dream you have, because you are the eternal possibility. This also ties into the law of unity, because the underlying infinite diversity of life is the unity of one all-pervasive spirit. Now, there is no separation between you and this field of energy. The physical world is an illusion. Everything you see on the external world is the same energy that you are. Except what's different is your ability to consciously observe it. You have the observer effect, right? That deepest essence, that soul, that spirit within us that is not the mind, it is not the body. It is actually that state of stillness and awareness. Because who's observing the mind? Who's observing the observer? That's where things get a little crazy. No need to dive down that rabbit hole. We're bringing it back down to earth. This is all you need to know. The experience of the self, or self-referral, means that our internal reference point is our own spirit and not the object of our experience. So we are pulling all of that bliss, joy, excitement, and fun from within. We have the ability to find gratitude for things in the external world. We are not waiting to experience happiness and joy from the things we get, the people we meet, the relationships we have, the food we eat. No, that is not it. That is object referral. In object referral, your internal reference point is your ego. You're doing it for some type of external validation, which is therefore fear-based. Our behavior is always in anticipation of a response. In object referral, we also feel an intense need to control things. We feel an intense need for external power, the need for approval, the need to control things, and the need for external power are needs that are based on fear. When we experience the power of the self, there is an absence of fear. There is no compulsion to control and no struggle for approval or external power. I'm going to break down more of this book. I'm just doing these little snippets. You guys got 10 minutes on your lunch break, 10 minutes on a walk to work, 10 minutes on a walk at the treadmill. We're going to be breaking down more stuff, more books, learning, growing, connecting. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.